Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. At Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Miami Dolphins. Trade deadline day. Mike McDaniel, there was a blurb from Drew Rosenhaus yesterday where he had said the Dolphins are making calls to improve like a few weeks ago, but he does not believe the Dolphins are giving up on the season. Obviously, he does a lot of work with Chris Greer. He said that on WSVN. Mike McDaniel on the idea if the Dolphins are buyers or sellers.
He answered.
Yeah, he answered.
Okay,
Here is Mike McDaniel on if the Dolphins are buyers.
I know
or sellers.
two things exist, and one of which I think there's no real label on what we're doing, just because I know one thing that Chris Greer and I both share a strong conviction and belief in this team and what it looks like if you can find a way to get over the hump, which we fully expect to. At the same time, Chris Greer's job is to field all business and listen and think both in the short and long term of the best interests of the franchise. And then he comes to me with any and all business that's real, and we discuss from there. And he hasn't brought anything that is real to me, but I know first and foremost we are absolutely convicted in this team being better than the win-loss column right now, and believe that it can make a turn, and that's how we're approaching each and every day.
If there's nothing going on trade deadline day and they know nothing's going to happen, can they all just take an off day?
So here's the deal, and I kind of said this earlier.
I think they need more days off.
I commend them for not necessarily doing anything, because there's nothing that you can do with the current status of your team that's not going to jeopardize the future of your team. So if you want to get a pass rusher, you might have to give something up.
Yes.
That being said, your issue is your pass rushers are injured.
Right.
So
and supposedly coming back. One of them is.
Right. And so from that standpoint, to make all these knee-jerk moves to appease everybody doesn't put you in a better situation. It just makes it look good.
The only thing that you can look at is there a move at the point you are this season? Do you have something on your roster that somebody would give you a haul for? And I don't really think there is.
There's not.
I don't
because
think there is.
At this point in time, nobody on the team has had enough success or can afford the players that you've paid.
Right.
So you're talking about Tyreek, Waddle. Okay. Those are the only two guys that I can think of. Maybe one of the running backs.
Yeah, the only young piece that's not got a contract is going to be Holland. And I don't know what you give for I don't know what somebody wants for Holland, and he's banged up.
Right. So and that's fine. That's fine, because I'm happy with this team. They're just not healthy. And it sucks. But think about this. And I know what people are going to say about what I'm about to say. And I would just say, stop it. Okay. But I don't understand why with the Heat, we go, no, we just hurt. Right? But with the Dolphins, you go, same old crap for the last 25 years.
I don't think the Heat are getting a pass from anybody.
I mean,
I don't think the Heat are.
But they have with the same guys.
I don't think so. I think people were tired of it last year on a running back year. I think.
But again, nobody was healthy.
Understand.
So what role does that, like we sit here and I see all the comments about what the team should do and fire this guy and fire this guy and fire that guy.
But
when you pay the upper end of your roster and they get hurt, it makes it difficult.
But they have been healthy the last 2 weeks, and the last 3 weeks they've had the game, and they've had a critical mistake that has cost them the game.
Yeah.
And by guys that you rely on, not by their backups.
No, I know.
Like that's the thing that's frustrating about it. And that's when it goes to, they say, oh, we're more talented or we're better than your records. And I'm like, yeah, the names and the resumes are, but when they start making mistakes, what does that mean?
Here's the problem. Okay. You're in a position right now that you can't afford the mistakes that you're having.
Yeah.
And so when they come, they hurt that much more. And that's what's been plaguing this team, is that you finally get healthy, you're moving the ball, you're scoring 20 plus, your defense is hanging in there, boom, turnover, fumble, boom, 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 game over.
Most
61-yard field. Now, let's be clear. It doesn't help that your mistake is always followed by the other team's best.
Yeah.
Like a 61-yard field goal, dude.
And he couldn't
after we've had for the first 5 years, oh, if we need to go down the field and score, Tua can't do it. And he did it.
Yeah.
You lose, and we're going to just throw that out, right? That's something we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
So there are positive things you can pull from it. It's just that they're not in a position, and what I said to you 2 weeks ago, right now, the only team this team needs is wins. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how bad it looks. We'll fix the other crap later. Right now, you do what you got to do to win. That's the problem. You could have very easily won the last 3 games.
Yep.
And you didn't, for whatever reason. You can say the team looks better. You can say everybody's back. But in the end, all you care about is winning. Winning, Tobin. Not looking good. Winning.
Okay, but I don't know but they've made mistakes. Like styles be damned.
But I said I don't care about all that.
I know,
I just want wins.
But even in the ugly style or the pretty game,
right.
They both lost the same way. They both lost the same way.
By the way, stop. We've had these conversations before all these.
But it would be, but see, like your argument would be better to me if like Tua went out there and he chucked 3 picks because he was airing it out.
Well, I mean,
like that.
Not really.
It really wasn't much. It was like it was more successful because you had a quarterback and it was more fun. But like the Indy game, 2 fumbles.
Right.
The Arizona game, I mean, old shortstop McGee out there, stone hands. And then this game, I mean, forget about it. Fumble, running into a friggin' receiver. And these are veterans, dude. They're the old guys. Crazy, man. Let's hear a little bit more from McDaniel.
Do we?
Yeah, why not? He says this is why the Dolphins shouldn't trade away vet pieces.
I think that the answer to that question is found. You get no greater insight into who people are than times like these, and I think they have each and every day to make the argument for themselves as well as we do. That's what you fight for in the National Football League. So I think that the only positive in a luster of adversity is that you get clarity into
what's a luster of adversity?
Each and every person who's
that's not a thing.
Who's part of the solution, who's part of the problem. And I think that that's the ultimate accountability for the National Football League that we all have to bear. And I think there's a lot of the argument for anybody's existence is in their hands to a degree, with all the football that's left to be played.
Nope. What was that phrase?
Luster of adversity.
Luster of adversity.
I've done some Googling. I don't
think that's a thing.
I don't think it's a thing.
I don't know how. Like,
what about the phrase of?
Yeah, no, I looked. That's the first one I looked up.
Doesn't even come up with.
No, it's not.
AI.
It's not even AI. It's like I don't understand this.
I think Google just said, "Are you serious?"
What's even crazier is I'm looking up the meaning of luster, just because I've heard of lackluster.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, they gave me the
lost its luster.
Yeah, exactly. It gave me the definition for lust, though. I was like, I don't think he was talking about this. I'm looking for that.
Trust me.
Hey, he's talking about Blue Chew too.
Listen, trust me. If you're lusting for adversity, the Dolphins are for you.
Oh yeah, that's it right there. They got your fix.
Like that is their top category on Pornhub is just lust. It's just lust and adversity. That's the Dolphins right there.
FinHub right there.
Oh man. Let's hear from Tony. What's up, Tony? Tony, what's up, bro?
Hey guys, I'll be quick. Just wanted to respond to the Heat Dolphins comparison. You know, the Heat have given us 2 titles since 2020. We have a little bit more patience for the Heat. The Dolphins, it's the same story every year. How don't we draft a quarterback in this class? How do we not pick somebody up? I mean, it's the same story. It's
but Tony, quarterback isn't your problem. So why do you want a quarterback?
Could have helped us the last couple of weeks, or
But quarterback isn't your problem. Why do you want to draft a quarterback?
I mean, if we got to handcuff Tua every year, it's the same thing. He helps us. He's awesome. He's unbelievable. He goes down and we're in ruins for the 3 or 4 weeks he's out.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. This is a football question. If I take Tua out and replace him with another quarterback in the same circumstances of this year, you think their record is much better?
I think they win in Indy, and I think I think they win in Indy, and having one more win right now gives us a totally different direction.
So you're willing to draft a quarterback for one more win than the quarterback you have?
I just think it's a long season, and we're basically tied up with a quarterback that
you're not tied up with a quarterback. He was 25 of 28, and the conversation we're having after that game is the quarterback?
Tony, if you want, you could just say, screw you, Leroy. It's really not a problem.
Hey, listen, I have no problems with Tua. I think he's unbelievable, but it's now back-to-back years. This is where we're at. He's going to go down. He's going to be in protocol. We're going to be 3 or 4 weeks where who are we going to depend on? Some guy off somebody else's practice squad. It's a 17-week season. I just think in this day and age, you need somebody there that can get you through definitely your easy weeks. I'm not expecting to go into Buffalo, but if we're going to be with our second string guy, maybe we can play in Indy, play in Arizona at home.
So that I agree with. That they thought that Skylar Thompson was the answer. Oof. And we didn't find out until they were 0-2 with him in that it didn't work out. So that I agree with. But to put what has happened to the Dolphins this year on Tua, it's like we need to get over that. Tua ain't the problem on this team.
Well, except for dropping the snaps.
Okay, but come on, man. All right.
Fumble, Rooster.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
You scared him.
No, I didn't scare him.
Scared him away.
Listen.
Scared him.
I get here's the deal. And I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys.
Just tired.
I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. Everybody blows gas on, and want to come in and say what the answer is, right? And my thing is that everybody want to spit out the problem. Tell me what a solution is. So, Tony, the quarterback. I'm like, so you think if you next year draft another quarterback, even if you could get rid of Tua, you think your team would be better?
Cam Ward?
It'd be worse. Again, there you go.
Cam
See,
Ward?
it's like you think you're going to be high enough to get Cam Ward with the Carolinas and the Saints and come on, the Raiders. Please.
Man, Shador, Travis Hunter.
I hate the idea of him on the
Travis Hunter is not a quarterback.
I know,
but so that's a whole different situation.
That'll take.
But what I'm saying is, stop putting what has happened to the Dolphins on Tua.
Kind of sounds like
It's not.
Kind of sounds like though, if it was Cam Ward, you'd be into that.
No.
Kind of.
You know,
It wasn't because your response was they won't be there to take him.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say.
Little trade.
Tua is a really good quarterback.
I agree. I'm a Tua fan.
And for people to say that all of this is on a quarterback, and what I would say to you is this: instead of spitting out gas and telling everybody what the problem is, give me a solution. Because you say, oh, if we had a different quarterback, we, blah, 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 blah. But I say this: would the team be better if you just had your 2 pass rushers?
Probably a lot better.
You see what I mean? That's real. That's real. But you can't come in here and bitch and moan about a quarterback right after a game he was 25 or 28 and drove the team down the field to tie the game.
Yep.
You can't then come in and complain about the quarterback.
Well, the last 2 weeks he's had the lead untied.
Right. So if you got a problem with the team, then at least make valid points. But every single week coming in here talking about the quarterback. Are we the only fan base that complained about a quarterback that went 25 or 28, drove the team down the field, which is something you said he couldn't do?
You should be talking about the real issue, which is we just signed a long snapper named Tucker Addington.
This is why I do a show with a buffoon. Y'all get mad at me because I tried. We sit here having real talk. This guy talking about Patrick Harrington or whatever his name is. Paddy Tucker Paddington.
This guy's talking about Joey Harrington for some reason.
Right. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Dude, if the long snapper walked in a Dolphins uniform and snapped the ball through that glass, you'd say, who the hell's that?
Yeah, well, he's new. I don't know if I've ever seen him before.
Because nobody's heard of a football player named Tucker Paddington. Nobody. Paddington.
All right, if you called in, we'll get to your calls on the other side. Got to take a break. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 5-6 WQAM. Oh, hello, Jennifer. Hello. Grace us with your presence today.
Yep.
I was a little awkward, guys.
Hey, so
Only awkward because you're not in studio with us.
You missed your tasty treat.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I had
Dirt
things
cake.
to do here.
Dirt cake.
I have some duties. That looks delicious.
I can do without the.
You can buy dirt.
I can do without the
What?
What's that?
the little worms on the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Gummies
right now.
Gummy worms.
Go ahead and get it.
Gummies
Just
don't
remove
go.
them.
It's just like I find it disgusting.
We'll remove them
I really find it disgusting
and eat them.
when people put gummy bears in ice cream.
Freaking child.
Mine is a kite, Yogi.
Right?
That's
It's
just
disgusting.
gross.
Yeah.
Mm. Hey, can you give us a weather update from the
I
Demesman
sure
and Dover
can.
law firm?
It's windy and it's raining. End of report.
YourAccentAttorneys.com. Freak out station 24/7. Call at 866-954-MORE. There you go.
It is going to be extremely windy, and there's not a speck of sun. And look at the trees.
A frog would like worms.
Them trees are
So good.
humming.
The humming you're hearing is coming
This is
from
like-
Marcos.
Oh man, talking a lot. Of
I don't think
things.
adults eat gummy worms.
I'll eat a gummy worm.
I mean, I've never seen you say no to food, any item. So, like,
Except tacos that are too busy.
yeah, that's Jennifer.
That's her fault.
Yeah, it's her fault.
Yeah, her fault.
I had to do the
Adults
I had
eat
to do
tacos
the, I had
with
to do the Hulk
flavor.
thing. I had to do the Hulk thing with my finger. Now I got 2 hands dirty.
You guys are being children.
Yes. Arugula.
It's not arugula. It's
Basically
cilantro.
arugula, dude. It's basically
Cilantro.
arugula.
Cilantro. Do not compare both. Do not compare.
How did you enjoy that game last night, Jennifer?
What game?
You know what I'm talking about. You
I
know what I'm
don't
talking
know
about,
what
Heat
you're
Lifer.
talking about.
What were you thinking in that third quarter?
I turned it off.
Wow.
Fair though.
I understand though.
Yeah.
If you weren't
And then
there,
I put my shades on too afterwards. So
Oh, might as well, right?
Hey, who's your
Might as well, everyone's doing it.
move?
That's culture.
Dame or
I don't know. They got it. I don't know. I don't think they're trading Giannis until the end of the season.
What?
I don't.
You told me he was gonna be.
you know what I hate?
No, I didn't.
I bought a jersey.
Here's what's crazy.
you brought a jersey.
Worst
How?
start in franchise history.
How do they have these 2 stars
He didn't play last night, though, by the way.
No, I know. But how do they have these 2 stars?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the kicker.
Right.
They had a game where they scored 30 and 38.
Yep.
And still lost.
41-30, I think.
Right. What?
You know who should ask? Doc Rivers. Doc, what's going on?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
You're like, Spo, you've tried everything?
I've tried everything.
He's not even a doctor.
Don, what's going on, Don?
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's going on?
You know.
Let me tell you, I am angry with you guys.
All right.
What did Tobin do?
Whoa.
You guys are an extension of the Miami Dolphin front office.
Why is that?
And guess what? They suck.
But why?
Whoa.
But why?
Why? Because you keep pushing this team as they're going to do something. When's the last time they beat a team with a 500 or better record? When? Tell me. Come on, spit it out.
The Cowboys.
You can't.
It's been a
The
couple years.
Cowboys with a
Christmas
last-minute
Eve.
field goal.
Well, you asked me to
With a
answer a
last-
question. Yeah,
Wait,
but-
wait.
Hold on.
So-
Did you win or you not win, Don?
Whoa.
You asked me a trivia question, and I answered it, dude. So what are you talking about? Do you want to ask a question that I can't answer or can answer? I gave you the answer. You didn't do it with the caveat. Could I do it when they did it? What the margin was that I did it? So tell me, extension boy. Ask a question.
Hey, Don, I have one too for you.
Don?
So you complained that, and they beat that team by a field goal. You do realize this past weekend they lost to a 61-yard field goal.
Wasn't
That's
really.
correct. I watch every game. I'm a Dolphin
No,
fan
I
since
know.
1973.
So was that really a win for the Bills or not? Because it was only by a field goal.
It's a W. Sorry.
Okay, interesting. But the Dolphins, when they win by a field goal, doesn't count.
Okay, but before that, though, Don was onto something.
So go ahead, Don. We're gonna let you.
What do
finish.
you want to do, Don? What do you want to
Let me
do?
go to the next part.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Is Tua a top 10 quarterback?
No, but do you need a top 10 quarterback to win the Super Bowl?
Okay. I have been hearing you guys say he's a top 10 quarterback for years.
No, you have.
He was last year.
But if you keep going by stats, stop looking at the
Wait.
stats.
Oh,
What
wait.
am I supposed to look at?
What are we supposed to
What am I
look at?
supposed to look at?
Numbers
What do
are
you look at then?
W's.
It was the most games the Dolphins have won in, 6 years?
Oh, W.
All right. So here's my next question.
All right, well,
Who, if you were
apparently
to
the answer
trade
is trivia questions. You don't get any rewards for that.
if you were to trade this $250
I'm cracking them.
man,
Right?
who was a great person.
Great
I think
person.
Tua was a good person, all that junk. And in my opinion, not an NFL quarterback.
Can't
but
catch
if you were
snaps.
to trade him,
Wait.
you-
Well, hold on,
if you were to
One
trade
second,
him, who
Don.
would you trade for him?
Don.
Nobody.
Can I? So you don't think Tua is a NFL quarterback?
No, it's a shortstop.
Not a top NFL quarterback. No.
No. Okay, but and can I ask you this? What would you do? What would you
I
do?
would
Draft
trade him.
draft
Trade
another
him
guy,
tomorrow.
and you
I'd
draft
trade him
him,
tomorrow.
and then who would play quarterback?
Anybody. We're not going to win anything this year
No,
anyway.
but then what would you wait? But then
I'm
what
gonna
would
hire
you?
Ryan Tannehill.
Hold on.
Now we're talking, Don!
So you think
God,
you wait?
I hate
So
this.
Don, you think you'd win more games with Ryan Tannehill than Tua?
Just as many, if not more.
What's the most games
Really?
they ever won?
Wait,
with Ryan
what?
Tannehill?
What? Then why did everybody want to run Ryan Tannehill all the time?
Because the media is the part of their extension of the front office.
Oh, so you
All
wanted
they
to
wanna
keep
do is
you
sell
wanted-
tickets.
you wanted to keep Ryan
That's not what they
Tannehill,
do at
but
all.
everybody else wanted to run him out of town.
Not everybody.
Oh, one
A lot
time
of
he won
people.
12 games. Oh, that was in Tennessee. Damn it.
How many people? No, hey,
What?
Tannehill got us to the playoffs once
No,
and he got hurt.
hey, listen,
remember?
I'm a Tannehill. Did you know he used to play wide
He
receiver?
rode the coattails of Jay Ajayi, just
Yes.
like he rode the
Oh!
coattails of Derrick Henry to the AFC Championship, dude. Everybody knows
Okay.
it.
No
Watch the
way.
games.
That's a great question.
Watch
That's
the
a great
games,
question.
dude.
Why didn't Dolphins pick up
Derrick
Henry?
Henry.
Why didn't they go get Henry?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Now you're talking, Don.
Don's
That-
talking.
that's a-
Front
well,
office- the
but
front
here,
office is
Don,
terrible.
Don.
You're lashing out, though. dude.
Don.
I gotta
How about this?
please.
How about this? You know that this team is in the top 5 or 10 in rushing, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
That's all good.
The top 7.
Stats
Top
don't
7.
mean nothing.
Then why do you talk about bringing a running back to make it better?
Oh, Derrick Henry. Game changer.
Because that
Because
guy,
he's just pissed. That's
he
why.
is
Right.
the guy that's going to be able to run for that 2 and 3 yards or need, not for that fancy play that gets you 7 or 8 every time.
Don, will you admit
Okay,
something to
'cause
me?
We're not getting getting the W's.
Don,
Okay?
we're in the
That's
trust.
the
Don,
difference.
come here. We're in the trust tree here. Everybody,
Get over it.
will you admit that you're just lashing out and you're just mad?
No, I've been watching this since they didn't draft Herbert. I've been watching.
Oh yeah,
this
so you would
since-
wait.
Oh.
So Don, you would rather have Herbert than Tua?
in a heartbeat.
You know,
How-
hey,
and
wait,
how's he
can I,
doing?
hold on, Leroy, hold on. You like trivia, right, Don?
Oh.
You like
Oh,
trivia.
yeah, I like trivia
You think wins are the most important stats.
without a doubt.
You know that Tua's has had a higher win season than Justin Herbert's ever had.
That's okay.
So
All right.
So why? So if Tua is the most important stats, he's done something better than Justin Herbert has ever done. But the only thing that Justin Herbert's ever done more than Tua was his rookie passing season record. But you say stats don't matter.
That stats don't matter. That's right. Only
So
W's matter.
why
How
you
far
re-
you
so
can
why are
take
you
that
regretting
W.
Justin Herbert?
Because I believe if we had Justin Herbert, we'd have more
Oh,
W's.
but all he's done is stats, Don, not wins.
I'm not
You
comparing
know-
Justin Herbert based on his stats. I'm comparing him on his physical abilities.
Oh, so
He
you
is
want a
an
model?
NFL quarterback.
You like a strapping lad.
But if you said it's all about wins and Tua has more wins than Justin Herbert,
Same amount of wins.
same amount of wins.
No, but most wins in a season.
Less games though.
Tua less.
Tua
games.
has 13 less games.
There you
Right.
go.
So he has the same amount
Same
of wins.
amount of wins in 13 less games. So the
That's a whole
same
season.
amount of wins with basically a season.
So
Don.
you've basically set yourself up, Don, that if Justin Herbert was here, you could say the same thing about Tua. So you can't lose this
can't
argument.
lose.
You can't lose.
But he can lose because you want to know why?
What's
What?
that?
Because he's boxed in.
Boxed
We gotta take a break. The kid from Florida? Doesn't he play
What
for
is he,
Florida?
12?
No, he.
Oh, that's a kid. That's a kid in high school.
Yes.
I believe-
Doesn't Florida have a guy who's like 7'10"?
Yeah, like 7'9" or something like that.
Really?
Florida Gators.
Wemby had 9 blocks last night.
Yeah, I needed that a day ago. Parlay.
Wait, he's 7'7".
7'9". The Florida Gator is
18-year-old Florida commit.
yeah, he is. Well, I mean,
He's now listed as 7'9".
Sports Illustrated has him listed as 7'9".
7'9". There's
Yeah.
no way he can like run.
Something's happening, right? Like we're not all supposed to. Like there's too many of these freaks walking
They're
around
getting
now.
taller. They're getting
Respectfully.
taller, right? People are getting taller.
They're getting taller, right?
Yeah, but I mean, back when I was younger, if you were 7'8", like you couldn't walk.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
now I got you doing drills like you're a guard.
Or like, for example, if you were like Manute Bol, you looked like wind could blow you away. This guy looks like,
Wembanyama looks like Wayne could blow him away.
yeah, he does. He was very, and so did Chet. But for some reason,
Chet still,
Chet
very-
still looks like that.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Chet is. I mean, Chet's playing better than Wemby.
He is indeed.
That
quietly.
team's good.
Yeah.
Quietly indeed. Don't you love their commercial?
No, I hate that.
What commercial?
What a pro wants.
Oh, no.
I
Yeah,
hate
God,
that commercial.
no.
It's right up there with the Wing Zone commercial
Oh god.
or
No
Wingstop.
flex.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not a good
It's-
one.
I think here's why that commercial's annoying. It is literally on 30 times a day.
Oh, dude, nonstop.
Non-stop.
I'm like, this makes me not want your wings, and I like their wings. But jeez.
At times, I like more substance on my wings.
Mhm.
They get to be tiny. Like when you can take a 30 piece and put it in a Ziploc. Yeah.
It's good measurement right there. Can I get a Ziploc full of wings, please?
Give us something else in the mixed bag there, Froggy.
Joel Embiid is a baby and he punched a reporter. How about that?
Shut up. Punch is strong.
Oh, he punched him. He assaulted him. His arm was fully extended. I'm
So-
defending him.
I will say,
I heard this story.
Yeah.
And I would say, as a man, right, and as a human, you know where you can and can't go, and you know when to be gentle around certain issues. The fact that he did not is probably what caused that, because sometimes, even if you go into a situation with no malice whatsoever, the subject matter that you select, you have to be more careful around. And I think anytime you talk about lost loved one, right, you either shouldn't include that, or be very careful with how you bring it
it
up.
also has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
You know, like you
Exactly.
could make the point of Joel Embiid not being durable.
Right. Without
Or-
having to bring
or-
up that.
Yeah, 100 different ways.
So, and I think, and I look at it this way. I tell Tobin all the time, and I tell people, what was the one thing I hated about being an athlete? I couldn't be a man, right? That means if you come to me and talk to me a certain way as a man, then there's certain things I should be able to do to respond as a man. And because you think you got that cloak of, oh, you're not going to do anything, you're an
touch me and I'll sue.
Right, exactly.
Isn't that what's happening right now with Jason Kelsey?
It has consequences.
They made him apologize yesterday?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's getting into legal trouble with it or something. I was looking on Twitter.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course, though. You know,
like you know what? You know what? When are we gonna say to these people, stop messing with that man? These are the consequences. You know, when you go to the zoo, what do they tell you? Don't feed the animals.
They tell you that?
No, what? Don't feed the animals. Yeah, they tell you that. When you bring your own snack?
They do. I bring trail mix to the Palm Beach Zoo.
No, that's different.
Right.
Like, dude, that you're the reason why all the animals be eating folks.
Well, the lemurs like the corn dogs.
Corn dogs?
Yeah.
Now. I thought you said
Are you bringing your own corn dogs?
What are you, trail mix?
Sometimes.
This guy's cooking
You
corn
are
dogs.
literally giving lemurs corn dogs?
Sometimes.
Like a real corn dog.
Yeah, on a stick.
They can't get that in the woods.
Doesn't matter. They're captivity animals.
Okay.
They'll be all right.
That don't mean you make them a prime rib.
They're not going to have to survive anymore.
Oh, gosh.
Fat lemurs, dude.
You mean I can't serve the lemurs gumbo?
Wait, like who had that on their bingo card? Things to feed lemurs.
That is, I got to put that on there.
Hot dog.
It's cute with their little mouths like.
Wait, so you holding it on the stick?
No, they take the stick.
They hold the stick?
Yeah, you've seen their little paws. We've had it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Feeding animals.
Wait, I'm telling you, his hands felt like
leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
leather. It was crazy.
Shook hands with a lemur before?
No, we had one climbing all over us.
Maui.
Yeah.
Maui the lemur.
R.I.P.
Shout out to Todd
No,
from
he's
Jungle
not-
Queen.
R.I.P. What are you talking about? Someone
what's
came
your
in with a lemur.
We don't know what their lifespan is. It's a great question.
That's a good question. Is he alive?
Red.
Wow. You see how we got sidetracked? Now we're talking about lemurs and corn dogs.
Exactly.
How
So
did that
according to Barstool Sports,
Yeah.
police is now looking into Jason Kelsey's incident for a possible criminal mischief and disorderly conduct.
So
Yeah,
for him or the other guy?
No, for Jason. But they just gotta
No,
say
it's for
that,
Jason.
though. They're not gonna
Really?
they're not really gonna do anything.
Yeah.
See, that bothers me because people do that to get a reaction.
Right.
And I would say if one of them get a 2-piece in a soda, then maybe they'll stop feeding the animals.
Well,
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying. They tell you don't feed the animals. You don't go to these grown ass men.
Don't poke the
and
bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what happens is in situations like this, if Jason were to get into any trouble, that looks great and everything. But basically what you do is empower other people to go up to athletes and do the same thing.
Yeah, like
Why
whatever
don't you
happened to
just let-
respect and
just let-
personal
here,
space.
Just
And
let somebody go up to one of these athletes, get the hell beat out of them, and then everybody will stop. And you say, hey, these are grown-ass men. Don't come up in there with that nonsense.
Why would you? But like, that's you know what? Deserves it. Like you
Right.
shouldn't mess.
But that's
you
my
shouldn't
point.
mess with a
You
guy
shouldn't go to a grown-ass man like that.
and say something disrespectful about his brother and girlfriend. Like, come on, dude. Like, what?
Yes.
Because
Why?
because people think they're untouchable. You think that all the people on this planet, the people that are supposed to have, the kindness and all that is the athletes.
Mhm.
I'm like, really? Hey, dude, we're barbarians. We do things that, yeah, okay.
Crazy, man. Hey, I want to tell you about that's something bad. Let me tell you about something good here,
What do we
everybody. We've all heard it. Men have to be strong and men have to be tough. But when it comes to our health, we need to be smart, especially if you're 45 years old or older. That's why we want to invite you guys to join Alonzo Mourning and other special guests, including Dan Marino, Ed Jovanovski. They're going to be at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit on November 16th. And you guys can learn how to take a proactive approach to your health from some of the country's most renowned health experts. Plus, you'll enjoy fun activities, giveaways, raffles for autographed prizes, and a whole lot more. There's no time to waste. Come and get your health screening like Alonzo Mourning did. It saved his life and it can save yours. It's go time. It's Zo time. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime. That's baptisthealth.net/ZOTIME.